What's the quickest way you've made money? Won't say who, for purposes of someone finding this account. He put $10,000 into Dogecoin at 1 cent, bought 1,000,000 shares, and set it to sell when it hit 69 cents as a joke. 6 months later, the order sells for $690,000. After taxes, it was worth over $400,000. That reminds me, the Dogecoin sub gave out 1,000,000 shares to everyone who subscribed years back. Might have been less. It was worth like 10 cents or something at the time. I should have made up 100 IDs. I absolutely should have invested in Dogecoin when it was 3 millionths of a cent per share. But I did buy in when it was around 3 cents. I made like $50 and I was done, LOL. Had I invested while I was still in high school, I would legit be a millionaire right now. Sold some feet pics to a rando on Instagram once. Nothing obscene or anything. It was so awesome. Would be happy to do it again anytime, LOL. Oh boy, get your DMs ready. I feel the hell is about to get unleashed. Honestly, I'd welcome it, but you'd be surprised. People don't really do that as much as you'd think. Do you have nice feet? How much did he pay you? Only asking because I have spent way too much in the past on female feet, LOL. I have really nice feet actually. Haha, and he paid $180 for about 7 pics where I let him decide what he wanted me to wear / how to pose. And then he also paid $250 for me to buy a custom latex dress and send him some photos of me wearing it with thigh-high socks and stuff. DM me if you're interested. Back to the cave with you. Someone gave me their 2 cents. And how did you invest that knowledge? In Ubisoft. My neighbor across the street put a Bowflex at the curb to throw out. I wheeled it across the street into my garage, which took all of 10 seconds, then snapped a picture of it, listed it on Facebook Marketplace, and sold it for $250 that same day. Buyer picked it up, and I did zero work. I also once worked for a company that went through an IPO. In an instant, my monopoly money, stock options, were worth a few $100,000, and I sold as many as I could instantly on the IPO. Wound up selling the rest too late and missed a good timing window because I was holding out for long-term capital gains tax. But still, it was all free money, so it only was opportunity cost. I took the job assuming I would only earn base salary. Also, after the IPO, all these investment groups wanted to chat with me about the prospects of the company, and even though I was just a software engineer with no special insight, I was still happy to take their calls. For $1,000 per hour, of course. Bought a truck to flip, and while waiting for the buyer to come look at the truck, I saw there was a casino 5 minutes away. Walked in with $100 lost in minutes. Pulled out another $100 and hit quads on 3-card poker and won another $2,000 on a dragon side bet on baccarat. At the end of the day, I had like $4,500 in winnings. Left and met up with the buyer and didn't even care that he lowballed the crap out of me. A different story, which I really regret, was not doing too well financially and was seeing all this online gambling, slots and stuff, and decided to make an account, set up a VPN, the whole 9 yards. Within minutes of depositing $30, I hit for $5,000. Cashed out, played with a few hundred, cashed out another few grand. Long story short, now I'm a gambling addict. I once showed a lady how to force restart her laptop by holding down the power button for 5 seconds. She handed me a $5 bill for my time. So in that moment, I earned $3,600 an hour. With that said, I never asked for any compensation and just explained sometimes computers get hung up and need a restart. 20 years ago, I was learning how to trade actions, and at some points I was interested in warrants and options. I found a guy on a trading forum who gave me some advices and sent me lots of documents about day trading, options, leverages, warrants, and he shared his past experience. I was interested, but more because it was totally new to me than because I wanted to get richer. One day I was scrolling my trading site and found a leveraged warrant that caught my eyes because I knew the company very well and I was expecting big news in the coming days. I contacted my friend, told him about what I found. We talked a lot, exchanging a lot of info, digging into the web, and at the end we agreed it was worth the risk, and we defined the best entry point and where to exit. Best case and worst case scenario. I took 1,000 euros, which was a lot for me at that time, and I placed my order. I said it to my friend, and he replied laughing he did the same a couple of minutes ago and was very excited. He then told me, if it really skyrockets, I'll give you a reward. 10 minutes after, The company published a news about their biggest deal ever with a big name. The trading was stopped for 25 minutes to clean the order book, and when the trading resumed, the price of the action had more than doubled. The warrant was reaching the sky. With my initial investment, I made 27,000 euros in 35 minutes. I never knew how much that other guy made, but that day he asked for my address, name and phone number. A couple of weeks later, I received a letter from a notary speaking about a donation. I called them, and they told me to come at their office in another town 2 hours away from where I was, because I had papers to sign if I accept 23,000 euros. I took a day off, and when I was there, he gave me the papers to sign and a handwritten note with a smiley. I like round numbers. Don't thank me. I thank you, and don't think you are a trading god. We are just two lucky bastards. Best morning ever. Yeah, so you did insider trading. The commissions and securities authorities would like to have a word with you. Picking up pennies, a $36 per hour job. Picking up a penny every second is equivalent to $36 per hour. Ever done the math on penny picking? Here's the breakdown. 3,600 seconds every hour, 1 penny per second, comes out to $36 per hour. Next time you see penny or any other change on floor, pick it up. Someone once calculated that if Bill Gates saw a $100 bill on the ground, it would not pay him to bend over to get it. His time is worth more than that. Well, I'm pretty sure his money is passive, so it would still be worth it to pick up a $100 bill. I mean, yeah, I understand the theory, but if I make, say, $1,000 an hour by doing nothing, passive income, it is still worth my time to actively make that $100. Actively making money isn't taking away from the money I make passively. I am now picturing Bill Gates just throwing hundreds on the ground and laughing at how he's still gaining money. I used to freelance software development. I had a regular client who had a project that I was contributing to here and there. He's in the US, I'm in Ireland. One night, at 3 a.m., I woke up to go to the toilet and saw an email on my phone with urgent in the subject line. I read it, and he said, "Man, if you can fix this one last bug, the project is complete. I'll send you whatever is left in the project budget if you can fix this in the next 2 hours." I grabbed my laptop on my bedside table, saw the bug, fixed a simple variable name, closed my laptop, and went to bed. All in all, it took 40 seconds. When I woke up, there was 5,000 euros in my Stripe account. 5,000 euros for less than 1 minute's work is pretty good going. I wish they were all like that. When I was in software, we had a long list of defects that needed fixing. They had several senior developers categorize them into small, medium, and large in terms of anticipated effort to fix. The managers assigned price tags to each category. I don't remember how much. Developers could then sign up to work them off hours. We were all salaried. It was just the expectation that you'd work on them on your own time. I picked up a large that was expected to take several days to a few weeks for like $800. Deleting a single database record took 60 to 90 seconds because it had about 5 layers of descendants, where the great-great-grandchild table had about 7,000 descendant records of the topmost parent record. I took a few minutes to study the foreign keys connecting the parent to the child to the grandchild, etc. The foreign keys were all correct and made sense, but the index for the great-great-grandchild table had the columns in the wrong order, so did not match the foreign key. I created 2 identical records to test with, had a DBA delete one of them, which took like 74 seconds, including deleting all the descendants. Then drop and recreate that one index with the columns in correct order and delete the second parent record. This took something like half a second, including all the descendants. Total time for the project, less than 1 hour, including testing, for about $800. 5,500 euros for 40 seconds is still better though. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It helps us keep growing and sharing fun and interesting stories from your favorite subreddits. Thanks for watching.